Okay, here is my audience. There's the one lone person over there. Scamming. Say hi.
Hi.
I can't even figure out how to do this. Okay. Okay. I am just going to be talking about a topic, incarceration or rehabilitation versus incarceration for minor drug offenders, because I personally believe that we're sending a lot of people to prison and it's not doing a whole lot of good, and we should be trying to help people. Um, did you know that in recent studies, like the one done by New York's Drug Treatment Alternative to Prison program, have shown that sending minor drug offenders to prison costs twice as much as sending somebody to treatment? Not only does it cost significantly more, it also decreases that offender's likelihood of ever getting a job. Um, it increases the likelihood that that offender will commit the crime again. And I believe that the best way to approach this is to start choosing rehabilitation over incarceration. Um, just to name some of the negative effects of sending somebody to prison, I mentioned the cost. It costs $20,000 a year to send one person to prison. That's not including their medical bills or anything like that. That's just basically housing and food. Um, the Commission on Safety and Abuse in America's Prison reports that in 2006, 67% of inmates that went to prison were rearrested. And of that 62%, 52% of them went back to prison. So basically, over half of the people that we're sending to prison are returning to prison again, which, is saying this isn't working. There's an estimated 2 million people in prison in America today, and 44% of those people are in there for minor drug offenses, which is almost half. Couple more negative things that prison can do to a person is you are taking somebody out of a bad situation and you're basically putting them into a worse situation. Prison is very demoralizing. You're subject to all sorts of violence, negative attitude, negative behavior. You're surrounded by criminals. So when you leave, your real only connection to people or support that you have to fall back on is these prisoners that you met while you were in prison, which we really need to be making a positive support network for these people. Some of the positive effects that treatment has over incarceration is that it costs roughly $4,000 to send somebody to treatment. So $20,000 ruin somebody's life, $4,000 possibly help somebody to save their life. It just seems like an obvious one to me. Many treatment centers, especially long-term treatment centers, like Teen Challenge, for instance, has up to an 86% success rate. So you compare that to a 52% failure rate of prison, and again, it just seems pretty obvious to me. Treatment centers are there to encourage people to change their lives. So rather than going to prison and being encouraged to, commit more crimes and, become a harder criminal, you're going to be encouraged to change your life. It helps people to make positive connections in the community, and it just offers a second chance to people who really, that's what they need. They need a second chance, not to be punished or, sent to prison. Ways that people can help, like me and you, are we could take a stand and get involved. There's several different groups. There's the Drug Policy Alliance. There's the Families Against Mandatory Minimums. And there's the National Drug Court Institute. Those are all programs that you can get involved in to help basically change the laws on the way we're handling these things. We can reach out to addicts in the community who are recently released from prison or jail. You can maybe stop by a halfway house or go to a jail, visit with inmates, make sure that they have that support group when they get out, maybe be a mentor to somebody who's in a nearby treatment facility. All these things are ways to help people. While drug offenders do need to take responsibility for their actions, there are consequences to using. I totally don't think they should just be let off scotch-free. I just don't think that prison is always the answer. Would we rather punish people or rehabilitate people is basically the question. And many addicts, really, if you got to know them, were possibly never shown the right way to live. They don't know how to make the right choices. They're just needing people like me and you to step up and say, hey, there is hope. There is life beyond prison. There is something we can do to help. So basically, I'm just asking that, people reach out, take a stand. If this is something you believe in, or if you know people who suffer from addiction, offer them guidance and hope. A lot of times they already feel shut off from society, which is what causes that cycle to begin. Sending someone to treatment can provide them with the tools they need to succeed in life, and I just don't think that sending somebody to prison has that same effect on people. And I just thank you guys for listening.